Hello everyone, welcome to another Java for Android tutorial. In this tutorial, we are going to talk about interfaces and how to use them in our Java code. I'm using the same Hello World program that we usually use. Let's create a new class and call this class my class. I'm going to leave the constructor checkmark checked as we require a constructor. I'm going to hit finish. Let's create an instance of this class in the Hello World class. I'm going to call the object as my class. And so an object for the my class is created in the Hello World class. Let's save this. And I'm going to start a process inside the constructor of our my class. So when the constructor is created, the process that is going to be started in this part will also get executed. To start the process, I'm going to create a class called as process. I need a constructor, so I'm going to leave that checked. Hit finish, and then a new process is created. Let's create a method inside the process class and call this start process. So when this method gets called, the process that we're about to do is going to start. To replace a process, I'm going to use a timer. To create a timer, it is simple as the class is called timer, and then we can create a new timer. And it's the java.util, which means util, and I'm going to click that to import the util class. So this is automatically done by Eclipse for us. To start a timer, the code is the timer.schedule, and there's a timer task as the first argument. To create a timer task, I'm going to say new timer task, and when you press Ctrl plus space, this task will get generated automatically. And I'm going to say that the delay is 2000 milliseconds. So I'm going to say it's 2 seconds and it's 2000 in milliseconds. We need to import the timer task as well. After 2 seconds, whatever is within the run block will get executed. I'm going to say this as stop timer, and let's create another method called stop timer. So this method will get executed as soon as this timer is over, which is 2 seconds. Now let's create an instance of the process class in the my class that we created a little while ago. I'm going to create the object called as process, and I'm going to start the process. To start the process, we call the object process.startProcess, and let's print something out so that we could see that the process has started. So when we run this program, you could see that this process was started and the timer was executed, and after 2 seconds the stop timer was called. Now I want to receive when the timer is over in this class, and how do I do that? We can use something called as an interface. To create an interface, I'm going to say public interface and give the interface a name. Let's call the interface my interface, and our interface will have one method. I'm going to call this onStopped. So we need to create an instance of this interface in this class, and to do that, let's take in the interface as a parameter in our constructor. So let's create a private variable that we could use. I'm going to assign the interface variable from the constructor to the local variable. So I'm going to say this dot my interface equals my interface. As you remember, this dot my interface refers to the local variable here, and the my interface here is from the constructor. So when we want to call this method, we're going to say my interface dot onStopped. As we created the interface here, we need to implement it in the class that is calling from. So I'm going to say implements process dot my interface. So since the process class has the my interface, we need to denote process.myInterface. So when you scroll over the my class, it says add unimplemented methods. So Eclipse does this automatically for us, and the method gets called automatically. So since we have changed the constructor to my interface, we need to pass in the my interface. So we can do that simply by adding this. This interface that was implemented by us will be passed in as the constructor. When the class gets called here, the my interface of the my class will get called. So let's have in a print statement here, and I'm going to say process has stopped. So if we run the program now, you could see start process happened when this was called, and then after 2 seconds the timer process has stopped was displayed. Let's run this one more time. So start process is called, and after 2 seconds the process has stopped callback was received in this class. I hope you have a better understanding of interfaces now. We have come to an end of this wonderful Java refresher series for Android. I believe I've covered most of the basic Java concepts for Android in this short series. Please leave your valuable feedback as comments. Until next time, this is Alex Vijayaraj. Peace out.